Hi, today what I want to do is give you 8 ways to add more emotion to your guitar playing. After all, emotion is the whole reason why music exists in many ways. Sharing that bit of passion from your heart and your soul and putting it out there in the world, it's so powerful. Now, even if you only ever want to play for yourself, you still want to play emotionally because you want to enjoy that moment, We're not like just boring logical robots. We're human beings and we want to connect, okay? And sometimes just playing those notes with passion and life and vibrancy is exactly what you need in your day, okay? I know I do many days, right? So the other day I got an email from Linda and she said, I can't wait till I'm good enough to play with emotion. I keep telling my husband I want to make my guitar sing and cry. That's what we're going to talk about today. So how do you do this? Well, the first thing you want to do is truly connect with the song, okay? This is a bit more of a bigger topic, a big picture type thing, but connecting with the song is important because a lot of people will pick a song, they don't really care about the song. The guitar teacher says, learn Three Little Birds by Bob Marley or something like Stand By Me or Let It Be or something like that. And now you might love those songs, I do, they're great songs, but I've taught those to students in the past many years ago, just as songs that they might enjoy. And then it was just wasn't that much feeling behind them. And then, after a while I realized what I want to do is build up a big repertoire of songs that I could teach to students, but then ask them which ones really mean the most to them. Often it was obvious. Their eyes would light up if I mentioned a song. And sometimes these songs were slightly harder than the other ones, the sort of easier songs, particularly like strumming type songs. But it was the ones that they would really connect with emotionally, were the ones that they practiced more passionately with, and they worked on the technical details. Because a lot of time with songs, you can't put emotion into it if your technique is bad and you've got buzzing chords, you're playing and it's like slow chord changes. It's really hard to play emotionally. I mean, you might be angry and you might want to smash the guitar up, but playing emotionally is hard. So you want to have songs that you really connect with because that way you'll practice it better and you'll enjoy it more and you put more into it. That's what it's all about. Probably the simplest way in a technical sense to add emotion to a piece of music is to add dynamics, If you play something like at the same flat volume, you don't see it in the hospital where someone's dying and they've got the heart monitor on and it's just a flat line of beep like that, It can sound quite stale when you're doing that in music. If I was to strum that for the whole song, that's kind of boring. Whereas if I had a bit of dynamics, a bit of loud and soft. Loud and soft here and there. Chord, if you can combine it with different rhythms, it's even better, okay? It's just a very simple way to make your music instantly more passionate. Was that the best example in the world? No, I'm waffling on, I'm talking, but this is just to show you simple ways just to get away from that flat line. You want to have the curves going up and down with volume because volume and contrast is very powerful. All right, phrasing. This is another key one, particularly when you're playing melodies, So if you're playing like a lead guitar piece, like a little blues solo, you want to have space, look where I'm talking now, the space, and then you play the second phrase. And again, space now, okay? And then you go. It's not just note after note after note like this. That's pretty boring. That's just somebody just playing over and over and over. And it's very much like talking and talking and talking without stopping to take a breath. After a while, you have to take a breath. And when you play lead guitar or any sort of melody, you do want to do that. You want to stop to take a breath. And that's what I was doing in the first example. Pauses like that. So simple, such a simple concept, but it's really hard to do. You kind of have to stop yourself playing from every now and then, and that works as solos or any melodies that you play, whether it's fingerstyle melodies or lead melodies, okay? But keep that in mind because that phrasing adds more passion. All right, focusing on tone, okay? It's such a big one as well. On an acoustic guitar, how do you change the tone? Well, unlike an electric guitar where you got effects and you got your amps and everything you can control, and on electric as well, you've got dials on your guitar where you can change pickups. On an acoustic, we're a bit more restricted, okay? But, if you do play an electric, feel free to experiment with those, but also do this that you do on an acoustic. Just listen to this. just by plucking and strumming in different areas, I've got a different tone straight away. Get close to the bridge. Really highlights any melody notes. Really brightens it up. So when you're playing a melody, the sound's stronger. When you strum closer to the, or pick closer to the sound hole, it's a lot warmer. So the melody won't stand out probably as much, but it just warms up the sound. And you know, you don't have to do it in the middle of an actual section, but strumming in different areas and picking in different areas in a song works really well. You could do the whole verse near the sound hole, and then the chorus, which you want a bit louder and brighter probably, near the bridge, or vice versa. It doesn't matter. So you can change your tone either in little sections or in big sections, but doing it throughout a song is really cool, and it's guaranteed when you combine it with like dynamics and phrasing and stuff like that, it's going to be more powerful. Okay, vibrato and bending. I mean, it's such a simple thing to do, but vibrato is one of the most simple, easy things to do in many ways. Technically, it's not the easiest thing to play, but you know, if I play a little phrase like this, okay, that's kind of flat and boring. Now if I add vibrato and a bit of a bend as well, it's so much better. Just a simple phrase, and you can do it with little melodies as well, finger style. You don't have to do it with just that sort of stuff. Okay, if I play that, you know, with a bit of vibrato, it sounds a lot cooler than if I don't. Okay, it adds a subtle bit of pizzazz to it. I'll try it again with the vibrato. Okay, that's Amazing Grace, by the way, a little tiny section of an arrangement I've created for that wonderful song. But you can hear the vibrato sounds really cool, and you know, whether it's the blues, those string bends and that bit of vibrato adds a lot of life to it. So much more exciting than the flat way of playing. Now the vibrato and the bending is super important in the blues, but you can use it in the fingerstyle arrangements as well. Okay, the bends not so much, but the vibrato, when notes are ringing out for an extended period of time, a bit of vibrato goes a long way. If you just let the note stay flat, it can sound kind of boring, you know, but vibrato is very much like what we do when we sing. A lot of people are famous for that, you know, like vibrato, like Whitney Houston or whatever, when they just hold the note and then the note just shimmers and shines. Now, it can be overdone, like on the guitar, it can be overdone with singers, but when it's done well, it sounds beautiful. So give it a go. From a jamming point of view, what you also want to do is apply the theory that you know. So if you know some chord progressions and stuff like that, then use them, because it can be really, really simple. Different chord progressions convey different emotions. So if you're a person who likes to jam or write songs and you want a happy kind of song, you know, you could do something like the G, C, D, which is a 1-4-5 chord progression. You know, happy. Is that happy? Yeah. And if you wanted more soulful chord progression, you could do the 1-5-6-4, the G, D, E minor, C. You know, it's a bit more lively. Or you could even switch the order around, G, E minor, C, D. Gives it a different flavour. Same chords, a different emotional edge to it. So just applying the theory that you know, taking the little bits from songs or books or courses or whatever. I've got a theory book out. You can use that, Guitarist Get Theory it's called, but you know, you can check all that out and use different bits of theory, put it together and try and use it and apply it and see what different emotions you can create from different, you know, chord progressions, scales, chords, etc, etc. Okay, a very simple one, experimenting with tempo. If you play fast, you know, you're probably going to have an upbeat kind of like fun, sort of energetic sound. If you play slow, you can still have an energetic and upbeat sound, but you're probably going to have a lot more room to add more emotion. I was arranging a song, I Am the Man of Constant Sorrow. It's in one of my favourite films, Oh Brother Where Art Thou, a George Clooney film. Okay, it's in that film and it's really cool. That arrangement, that song is quite fast and upbeat and quite, you know, it's a joyful, energetic sort of sound to it. Now, I'm not saying that the lyrics are like that, but they're not. I mean, the title, I Am a Man of Constant Sorrow. Not the most upbeat lyrics, you might say. But the song itself, the way it's played, is full on. But what I did is massively slowed that tempo down, okay? And so I can really play it with like real sort of slower sort of emotion, and add all these other things, the dynamics, you know, and the feel, the vibrato. I've got more space to work with, so you can try that as well. If you're ever doing a song and you want to add more drama and emotion, slow it down and add all these other ideas. It's really simple but really powerful. All right, okay, I'm going to talk about the big picture stuff again, and this final one is about playing with intent. When you play a note, when you play every single note, every single pluck, every hammer on, every little thing, do it with intent and purpose. Don't just sort of go through the motions, you know, that sort of thing. Try and add all these ideas. See that? It's just simple. I was just in the zone more. When I'm just like sort of dilly-dallying around thinking about my big steak dinner I'm having later, which I'm very excited about, by the way. When I'm thinking about that, I'm not really present. I'm not in the moment. And all the best musicians will tell you, being present in the moment, fully concentrating, relaxed as well, and really in the zone. That really makes a big difference, because then you can think about applying all these different things and putting all your different skills into it and really connecting with the song, which is, you know, we've gone full circle from the first tip to this one with some technical stuff in between. So thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy that and you want more help with the technical side of playing so that you can bring out more emotion of your guitar and you can make it laugh, sing and cry, check out this video here, or go to fingerstyle101.com/free and get my ebook. But this video will help. Cheers, bye.